Good evening and welcome to Greater Hartford Twilight League Baseball. Tonight from Glastonbury, Riverfront Park, the Ulbrich Steel versus Rainbow Graphics, the battle for the bottom. 2-0-6 teams tonight, trying to find their way through the early part of the schedule. Starting lineup for Rainbow Graphics, leading off John Nolette, the shortstop. First pitch from Nick Hawk is a ball. And a fly ball toward right. Caught there by Bremer. Pete Bremer in right field for Ulbrich. And up steps Nick Brainerd with one down. Swing and a miss on that first pitch from Hawk. Count goes to 1-1. On deck for Rainbow Graphics, Tyler Rapoli. Hawk high on that pitch. Count even at 2-2. No one on, one out. And Hawk with a beautiful fastball on the outside corner to retire Brainerd, looking. So Hawk records his first strikeout, and Rapoli steps up. Tyler Rapoli, the first baseman for Rainbow. Left-handed batter, drive toward right center, going way back, and it is off the fence, and Rapoli is going to have himself a two-out double.
Hey, nothing hurt, leave him out there.
So Rapoli continues his hit attack across the league. Doubles here in the top of the first with two down. And Travis Salois the right fielder fouls off the first pitch. Beautiful day here. Breeze blowing right to left. And a big swing and a miss there. Salois behind on that pitch. So Hawk up 0-2 now with two down. And Rapoli leading off second. And a swing and a miss to end the inning. So Rainbow Graphics gets one hit. One runner left on, two strikeouts for Hawk. And at the end of one half, it's Rainbow Graphics 0 and Ulbrich Steel coming to bat. Baseball fans, reminder, Greater Hartford Twilight League appreciates you viewing YouTube live stream tonight and throughout the season. July 14th at Palmer Field, Hardball for Heroes charity event to honor our military, and all proceeds benefit the American Legion. That's July 14th at Palmer Field, featuring all 8 of our franchises. One price admission, including a night game under the lights at Palmer Field. For Rainbow Graphics, Tyler Rapoli at first. Eric Anderson, second base. John Nolette at short. And Evan Chamberlain at third. The outfield, left to right, Eric Brainerd, center fielder Tim Hanlon, and Travis Alois in right. The catcher for tonight's game is Andrew Stevens, and on the mound is number 2, Joe Piska. So Rainbow Graphics comes in at 0-6 with 2 one-run losses, 6-5 to Peoples and 4-3 to Record Journal. A 2-run loss to South Windsor, the Phillies, 3-1, and an 8-1 loss to Vernon. The Orioles taking them to task, and 2 shutout losses, one to Malov's Jewelers and the South Windsor Phillies at 8-0. Leadoff batter for Ulbrich is Paul Pryor, the second baseman. Pryor fouls off the first pitch and lofts one to right, where Salois picks that up for the first out of the inning. And here's Matt Goldman, the shortstop. And another lofty pop fly. Salois comes in and picks that one up. So 2 putouts for Salois over and right, and 2 quick outs for Piska here in the bottom of the first. Pete Barros, the left fielder, steps up with no one on and 2 down. And he squares around a bunt, and it looked like that pitch may have been a little bit outside. So Barrow's back in there. Let's see if he does not square away this time. And a high fly ball toward the line and left, and towers over the trees and the fence in foul territory. 3:15 down the left field line. So a short porch here in Glastonbury in left field. Looks like 360 in center. And ball low. And a fair ball down the line, and Barros gliding into second. The ball gets away. I think for a moment there he thought that he had an easy stand-up double, And the ball came in a little late on the throw, got past the shortstop Nolet on the relay from Brainerd. So the catcher, Tyler Pop, now steps in with a chance to break Ulbrich through here in the bottom of the first with 2 down. First pitch foul behind the plate. Ball inside. Two and one now to Pop. Now 3-1. I think Piscott might be a little careful here with Pop, the 4-hitter. And a ball 4 to Pop. The designated hitter Musan steps up with 2 runners on. Barros at second, Pop at first. 2 down. Here's the first pitch. Curveball. Count even now. Stepping off at second, and the throw in is behind the shortstop a little bit on the tag, and Barros just gets in underneath Nolet's glove. And Piscott down low once again. It runs the count 2-1 now. See what Musan does here. Ahead to count. And the ball off the plate. And the runners will advance. Barros to third and Pop to second. So 2 runners now in scoring position. And a 3-1 count. And another walk there. So 2 consecutive walks loads the bases. And up steps the center fielder, Sam DeMeo. Foul back here behind the plate. So 0-1 here to DeMeo with the bases loaded and 2 down. Ball down low there. And Piska trying to work his way through. A 2-out double from Barrows and 2 consecutive walks to Pop and Musan. And a fly ball to right. So Lois is under it and gets the 3rd out there. So Travis Lois with a lot of action out there in right field gets the 3 putouts, sandwiched between a 2-out double and 2 walks for Ulbrich in the bottom of the 1st. No runs on 1 hit, 3 men left, and after 1 complete, Rainbow 0 and Ulbrich 0. Baseball fans, find all the information you need on Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball. League leaders, rosters, team information, and archives that include list of championships and Hall of Fame history information at ghtbl.org. That's online at ghtbl.org. Like us on Facebook, GHTBL, and follow us on Instagram at GHTBL. Defensively for Ulbrich, Steve DeVoe at first, Paul Pryor, the second baseman, Matt Goldman, the shortstop, and Wes Ulbrich at third. Left to right is Pete Barrows, Sam DeMeo in center, and Garrett Bremer in right. Nick Hawk is on the mound, and his battery mate tonight is Tyler Pop. Nick Hawk among the league leaders in ERA. So we get to see Nick do his craft out here. He is the second in ERA at 1.11. Only Matt Purnell of the Vernon Orioles is ahead of him. Leading off for Rainbow Graphics is Nick Anderson. And a slow grounder up the middle gets Eric Anderson on base with a leadoff single. And the third baseman, Evan Chamberlain, steps up with no one out and a runner on first.
Oh boy. All right, good miss. Here you go. They 1-6 right in there.
Hawk up 0-1 here to Chamberlain.
Oh, baby.
Nice pitch there. Has Chamberlain guessing a little bit. And fouled off there. Looked like a changeup. And a little tapper back to the pitcher.
Good talk.
And Hawk fields it cleanly over to Rapoli, who was holding Anderson on at first for the easy out. Anderson advances to second now, and with one down, Rainbow Graphics has a runner in scoring position for the second inning in a row. Designated hitter Ryan Pandolfi steps in. Flies late on that pitch. Oh, 1. And foul back now. So Hawk up 0-2 with one down, and Anderson leading off second. And the infielders leaning in toward the middle. And a ground ball toward Ulbrich at third. And
Hey, nothing hurt. Ground ball, don't play.
looked like it handcuffed Wes on that play. Ball to the left side there kept Anderson at second. The batter Pandolfi is on at first now. And 2 runners on with 1 out.
1-6 right back at him. He go. Give me ground ball.
And the catcher Andrew Stevens steps in. And a line drive towards second, one hopper over
Good job.
Pryor over to Goldman, who tosses it to DeVoe for the 4-6-3 double play. So Hawk gets out of the second with no damage. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error. 1 runner left on. At the end of 1.5, it's Rainbow 0 and Ulbrich 0. For Ulbrich Steel this season, 5 one-run losses. 4-3 to Vernon to start the season, 5-4 and 6-5 losses to Record Journal. And consecutive 2-1 losses to East Hartford and Peoples. They had 1 blowout loss to Peoples, 14-2 in their last outing. So Ulbrich in at 0-6. However, 5 one-run losses. And the lead off here in the bottom of the second is player manager Wes Ulbrich, the third baseman. Baseball fans, reminder, July 21st at Dunkin' Donuts Park, Spreading Orange Charity Series. Join us to support multiple sclerosis. All 8 franchises will be featured throughout the day. That's July 21st at Dunkin' Donuts Park for our Spreading Orange Charity Series. Check us out online for more details. So Ulbrich in now at 3-0. And a late, like a little bit of a late strike there, or Ulbrich thought he had a free pass. And the ball fouled off to run the count full now. And there's the walk that Wes was looking for. Earlier in the count. So Ulbrich is on at first with the walk, and the first baseman, Steve DeVoe, is due up next. Apparently a little equipment issue back here on the on deck circle. I guess we could call that a wardrobe malfunction here in baseball, with DeVoe stepping in now and Ulbrich leading off first. Rapoli holding Ulbrich on at first, and one strike to DeVoe. Pop foul. Looked like just out of play here. Behind the catcher. And Joe Piska is up 0-2 with a runner on first and no one out. And a flailing swing there, and a one-hop toss from Pryor to get DeVoe on the ground ball to Goldman, and a double play, 6-4-3, to cancel out the runner here in the bottom of the second. And the right fielder, Garrett Bremer, steps in. A little tap or foul of third. Musan, third base coach right now. And a nice pitch on the corner there. Run the count at 1-2. And another swing from the outside part of the plate. And toss over from Nolet to Rapoli. Retires Bremer. So Piska faces the minimum here in the bottom of the second. No runs on no hits, one walk. At the end of 2, Rainbow 0, Ulbrich 0. Rainbow Graphics now on the top of the third has the center fielder Tim Hanlon stepping up.
Boy, good start.
Well, Hanlon strikes out looking on 3 pitches. And up steps John Nolet, the shortstop.
There you go. Right back in there. Don't worry about it. Right back in there. 8-1-6.
Hawk with a fastball high. On the first pitch to Nolet. And foul back of first. Count now at 1-1.
Spot. Ah, boy. Live down there.
Now Hawk up 1-2 to the leadoff batter, shortstop John Nolet. And a liner to right.
Oh, yeah?
And it's a tight play there
Out there?
on the line drive to right. Bremer with a heads up
Oh, boy, Brem.
attempts to throw Nolet out. And DeVoe, alert on that toss coming in from Bremer, was just a little late. DeVoe holding Nolet on, and a line drive toward right center. Bremer fields it. And Rainbow Graphics has 2 runners on.
I got 1 down. Sam, your way.
And for the 3rd consecutive inning, Rainbow Graphics has a runner in scoring position. Nothing to show for it so far.
Oh, boy.
And Tyler Rapoli, the first baseman, steps in, fouls back that first pitch. Fastball from Hawk.
Oh, boy. Way ahead here.
Rapoli doubled in the first with 2 down and was left stranded when Saloy struck out to end the inning. Pop foul of third behind the dugout. Brainerd, the left fielder, on deck, and a ground ball hard. And here comes the runner home, and Nolet is going to be out at the plate. And maybe a little miscommunication there with the third base coach and the runner, as Paul Pryor was late on the toss to Goldman, but Goldman alertly fires down to Pop as Nolet was attempting to score from home. The score circling round third.
Hey, good miss down there.
So back to runners on first and second. And Rapoli gets credited with a fielder's choice. 4-6-2 on the out. And 2 down.
Oh, boy.
Two and one with 2 down. And Salois, a soft grounder
Great job, Hot.
to the shortstop, Goldman. And he is retired in to end the third. So Rainbow Graphics leaves 2 runners on here in the third. A runner thrown out at home on 2 hits. No errors. And at the end of 2.5, it's Rainbow Graphics 0 and Ulbrich 0. So here in the bottom of the third, back to the top of the order, second baseman Paul Pryor, shortstop Matt Goldman, and left fielder Pete Barros will have a chance here against Piska, who has thrown 2 shutout innings, 1 hit and 3 walks. One and two now to Pryor. And foul ball here toward the Ulbrich dugout. And 1-2 count to the leadoff batter. And a line drive down toward left field line. Pryor rounding first, heading toward second. The throw in is going to be late. And Ulbrich has a leadoff double. So at the top part of their lineup now, Ulbrich with their best chance so far tonight to break through And Matt Goldman, the shortstop, steps in. And first pitch strike there from Piska. So far, Piska has been able to get himself through a bases loaded jam in the first and a leadoff walk in the second. Ground ball foul of third. Looked like it was headed over the bag. Goldman now 0-2. And a ball in the dirt. Blocked there by Stevens. Piska looks back. And another ball in the dirt, and Stevens looking for it. And Pryor will advance to third. And Goldman now at 2-2. With no one out and a runner on third. And a line drive towards center field will at least get the runner in. And Pryor tags up. And Ulbrich breaks through with the first run of tonight's game. Matt Goldman with a sacrifice fly to center field. Scores Pryor. And Ulbrich steal leads 1-0. So the left fielder, Pete Barrows, steps in with one out and no one on. So Piska gives up the double, and the wild pitch, sacrifice fly by Goldman, scores Pryor here in the bottom of the third. The ball up high there. And a line drive shot past third, foul. Fly ball to right. Retires Barrows. Travis Salois on that. So 2 down now for catcher Tyler Pop. And a pop-up to Anderson, Eric Anderson under it. And that retires the side. So after a sketchy leadoff batter and sequence with Pryor and Goldman, Piska gets out of the inning with limited damage and 1 run for Ulbrich on 1 hit. No one left on. And at the end of 3 complete, Ulbrich 1 and Rainbow 0. Baseball fans, tonight's Greater Hartford Twilight League baseball game is brought to you by Briar Lee Family Campground. Look us up online at briarlee.com. Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball League appreciates all of our sponsors. We ask you to join us online at ghtbl.org and support all of our sponsors throughout the season. Our producer tonight, Macon Jeffries. I'm your play-by-play host, Dan Saccu. Here in the bottom of the third, it's Ulbrich 1 and Rainbow Graphics 0. With Nick Hawk through 3 innings, a shutout on 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, and he has left runners in scoring position every inning. So now with the lead, we'll see how Hawk works the 5, 6, 7 hitters, the second baseman Anderson, the third baseman Chamberlain, and the designated hitter Pandolfi due up. And Anderson lofts one down toward right. Foul of the line. Like we had a military copter pass by over here. Beautiful amenities here in Glastonbury. The outfield is buffered by trees that little tapper to shortstop there, or pop out in the first out there. Just beyond the field here is the Connecticut River, so the breeze is blowing right to left, and tall trees that buffer between the outfield and the riverbanks here in Glastonbury. So the third baseman Chamberlain steps in with 1 down. And Pandolfi waiting on deck. Hawk now at 1-1.
Easy, Tyler.
Our booth tonight very close to the action along the first base side. And a strike there. Swing puts Hawk up 1-2. And a nice strike there. Beautiful pitch. To send Chamberlain back. And Pandolfi, the designated hitter, steps in.
Talk.
And a pop fly, soft, to the first baseman, DeVoe. And Hawk has his first 1-2-3 inning. So 2 soft infield pop flies sandwich a strikeout looking. And Rainbow Graphics is retired in the top of the 4th. For Ulbrich Steel in the bottom of the 4th, the 5, 6, 7 hitters, designated hitter Musan, DeMeo, the center fielder, and Ulbrich, the third baseman, scheduled up. Piska back on for his fourth inning of work here for Rainbow Graphics. So despite the fact that the two teams tonight have yet to break through the win column in 12 attempts, 7 of their 12 games have been one-run games. And we're at 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. So up steps the designated hitter Musan, who walked in the first and was left stranded there with the bases loaded and 2 outs. DeMeo in the first flat out to right to retire the side. So Musan with a chance here to lead off. Takes a first pitch ball. And it looks like a changeup outside. So 2-1 now to Musan. Ball short again. Fly ball lofted the third base side beyond the trees in right field. So the count runs full now to the leadoff batter, designated hitter Musan. Wide stance for him, the lumberjack. And a changeup that has Musan ahead on the swing for the first out. A ground ball tapper towards second, past the outreaching Anderson. And DeMeo reaches here with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. And Piska is going to be pulled here for Rapoli. Looks like we're going to get a double switch. Saloy's going to take over at first. Or no, hold on. Let's see what we got here. No, it's going to be Salois pitching, and looking to see who the right fielder is going to be. And it looks like Barros. No, hold on. We got a few changes here. Looks like Chamberlain, the third baseman, is going to go to the outfield. And Pandolfi, the designated hitter for Rainbow Graphics, will move to third. So after the shell game is revealed here, we have DeMeo at first and Ulbrich at the plate with one out. And a line drive to short. Picked up there by Goldman. DeMeo back in time on the attempted double play there. So Ulbrich retired here in the fourth after a leadoff walk in the second. And DeVoe steps in, the first baseman. DeVoe grounded to a 6-4-3 double play in his first at-bat back in the second. So Piska goes 3 1/3, giving up 1 run. On 3 hits and 3 walks. 1-0 here, Ulbrich, in the bottom of the third. And a fly ball to center. Brainerd under it. And hauls it in for the third out. So Ulbrich, nothing across, 1 runner left on after the single from DeMeo. At the end of 4 complete, it's Ulbrich 1 and Rainbow Graphics 0.
Hey, Tyler, can you grab that baseball, please? Right around that circle. Thank you.
Baseball fans, join us on July 14th from Palmer Field, our Hardball for Heroes charity series to benefit the American Legion. That's July 14th. 4 games, 1 price admission, including a night game under the lights at the brand new restored Palmer Field in Middletown, Connecticut. That's July 14th, 1 price admission. All 8 franchises will be highlighted on that evening.
Did it come back in? All right, I'll take it.
All right, back here in the top of the fifth for Rainbow Graphics, the 8-9-1. Stevens, the catcher, handling the center fielder, and John Nolette, the shortstop. And a scoop there by Wes Ulbrich, and a running toss over to first to get Stevens on the ground ball first out here in the top of the fifth. Hawk finally with his first 1-2-3 inning in the fourth after leaving runners in scoring position. We have designated hitter Will Musan here at the edge of the dugout, giving a little,
It's that boisterous
like the
Italian
coach,
voice that just projects out there.
like the coach inside the dugout here.
Okay, there you go.
And a bunt back to Hawk,
Oh boy.
who takes his time and makes sure he gets a clean throw over to first. So Hanlon, the center fielder, retired 1-3.
Well done, top. Good job, Hawk.
And Will Musan wearing several hats tonight. Designated hitter, third base coach, dugout strategist, a bench coach, we'll call him. He's
Before we get ahead, here you go.
Will Musan, a five-hitter, a designated hitter, a third base coach, a bench coach, and a fan. Oh, and he's keeping a book for the team.
Dare you say he does it all?
Dare we say it?
Hey, Hawk, here you go.
Dare we say he does it all? So 2 down here in the fifth in a close game. The leadoff batter, shortstop, Nolette, trying to get something started here with 2 down. And a tapper back to Hawk once again. Fields it cleanly.
Good inning.
And for the second inning in a row, this is now 7 batters retired in a row for Hawk. We move to the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 Ulbrich. So here we go, the bottom of the fifth for Ulbrich. 9-hitter Bremer leading off. And we go to the top of the order. Second baseman Pryor and Goldman due up here for Steele. And Bremer gets a leadoff walk here as Ulbrich is looking for an opportunity to extend their 1-0 lead. Tight ball game thus far. Ulbrich broke through in the third on a leadoff double from Pryor. A wild pitch off the arm of Piska, and a sacrifice fly by Goldman. Gets Pryor across, and he's here now with a runner on first and no one out. And Stevens out to the mound to talk to Rapoli. And Rapoli fires a fastball that Pryor could not get around on. And another swing and a miss there. Runs a count 1-2. And a swing and a miss, and Pryor a little bit overmatched in this first at bat against Rapoli. One down for Goldman. The shortstop flied out to right in the first and recorded an RBI in the third. To score Pryor on the only run. Oh, and 2 fouled back here, first base side. And a hard ground ball to second. Anderson flips over to Nolet. And they turn the double play. So their second double play. This time on the 4-6-3. To retire the side. At the end of 5 complete. Ulbrich 1 and Rainbow 0. Baseball fans, tonight's game, Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball League game, is brought to you by Briarlee Family Campgrounds. Briarlee Family Campgrounds located in the northeast corner of Connecticut on 120 acres of beautiful ground surrounded by the Natchog State Forest. with rolling hills and farms. Brierley is proud of maintaining a family-run business that has a strong focus and dedication to family camping, built on referrals and positive feedback. Check Brierley Campgrounds, family campgrounds, online at Brierley, BRIALEE.com. So top of the sixth here for Rainbow Graphics, and Nick Hawk fires a first pitch fastball for a strike. Hawk, among the league leaders in innings pitched, ERA, and strikeouts. A ground ball to short.
Oh, boy. Are you the first one?
And up steps Tyler Rapoli with a line drive toward right. And he's going to round first. The ball lands in there. And so Rapoli with a double.
Hey, Hawk, 2 ground balls, get a dugout. Leave him out there. 1 out.
And
Talk!
Salois now flies out to right. And Rapoli tags up and goes to third. And the tying run now 90 feet away. Tyler Rapoli among the league leaders in home runs. With a drive to right that lands in for a double. And Nick Anderson with 1 down
Yes, boy.
tries to, and Wes Ulbrich
Attaboy. Well done, Hawk.
with 2 down after Salois was retired to right field, and Anderson flies out to the third baseman Ulbrich to retire the side, and Nick Hawk leaves the tying run 90 feet away at third base. We go to the bottom of the sixth. 1-0 Ulbrich. Bottom of the sixth for left fielder Pete Barros. Barros doubled in the first with 2 down, flat out to right field in the third after the first run was scored on the sacrifice by Goldman. Now with a chance here to lead off the sixth and see if Ulbrich can extend their lead. Ball up high. Count now at 2-1. And a walk. Ball gets past the catcher. Barros not advancing here. And Tyler Pop, the catcher, steps in. Pop walked in the first and flied out to the second baseman to end the inning in the third. So no one on and one on. No one out and one on, with a fly ball toward the third baseline, and it's going to stay, just outside the fence line and out of Pandolfi's reach at third. And Rapoli holding on Barros. Count now at 0-2. Oh, and a splintered bat there. Fumbled by Pandolfi. And the Pop is put out on just a strange sequence of plays here. Pop breaks his bat on a ground ball to third. Pandolfi tries to one-hand it, fumbles it in the grass, tosses it over to Rapoli, who was looking to Anderson for some reason and ended up tossing the ball out into the outfield grass. And Barros advances from first all the way to third. And Musan, with a pop fly to infield, and Rapoli retires him. And now thinking back on the ground ball that Pop hit to Pandolfi, after Rapoli received the throw from Pandolfi, I think it looked like he was looking to second, and Anderson was not. There was no one covering second to try and get Barros off the bag, and Rapoli ended up throwing the ball into toward the outfield grass, where Barros was able to advance to third. And now we have DeMeo, the center fielder, up. Little tapper off the foot. And now there's some discussion as to the ball that Rapoli threw actually hit the runner Barrows on his way to second and ended up in the outfield grass. So that would make sense since Barrows was attempting to advance from first. And DeMeo now with a swing and a miss to end the inning. So after all that, ends up a scoreless inning for the Ulbrich Steel. At the end of 6 complete, it's Ulbrich 1 and Rainbow 0. Top of the 7th and last chance here.
Hey, 1-6.
And pop-up lofted first base side and diving. There's Tyler Pop and Steve DeVoe, the catcher and first baseman, within a couple of feet of each other. The ball landing in the middle. So Evan Chamberlain now at 1-2. The 6, 7, 8 hitters here. And a tapper third for Ulbrich. Fields it cleanly and over to first for the first out.
Boy, Hawk, way to get a ground ball. See you hustling, time out, baby. I got one.
And Pandolfi, who started tonight's game as a designated hitter, now the third baseman, reached on an error in the second. And a pop fly in the fourth to the first baseman. And another infield pop fly. Goldman
2 down. Number 8.
hauls that one in. And Stevens, the catcher, now up with 2 down. Stevens grounded out double play in the second to end the inning and grounded to the third baseman, Ulbrich, in the fifth. and a pop fly right side, just on the outfield grass, hauled in by Paul Pryor to end the game. And Ulbrich breaks through in the win column with their first victory of the season, 1-0. Hawk ends the game, retiring 13 of the last 14 batters. A solid performance there by Nick Hawk. And here we go.
Turn the camera around here.
Here we go. No, the voice, the face.
Dan Saccu.
The face to the voice.
Macon Jeffries in the house.
And Ulbrich celebrating their first win of the season after 5 of 6 losses by 1 run. They get their own 1-run win tonight. A 1-0 victory over Rainbow Graphics. For our producer, Macon Jeffries, I'm Dan Saccu with the play-by-play and throughout the season. Join us live stream on YouTube, on Facebook, GHTBL, and follow us on Instagram at GHTBL. Tonight's final score, Ulbrich 1, Rainbow Graphics 0. Tonight's game brought to you by Briar Lee Family Campgrounds. Briar Lee Family Campgrounds, your place to bring your family for great camping activities throughout the summer season. We'll see you Tuesday night from Wethersfield, and looking forward to that game. Thank you and have a good night.